Hi there. In this video, we are going to talk about friction. So let's begin. In order to talk about friction, what we need to do, we need to talk about the normal force first. So the normal force is a force that a surface exerts on an object and is always perpendicular to the surface. It is denoted by capital letter N. In other words, we can say that if we place an object on a surface, then the surface will apply a force on an object and that force is known as normal. And always remember that normal force is always perpendicular to the surface. In order to explain this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a picture. So this is the surface and there is an object that is placed on the surface. According to the Newton's third law of motion, there will be a force due to the mass of this object. So basically that force will be in this direction and the magnitude of the force will be mg. So basically this object will exert a force mg vertically downward, and in the same way the surface will apply a force upward, which is N, and this force is also known as normal, and that's why I'm using N for the normal. So basically the surface is applying a force on the object, which is basically a normal force. Now let's draw a free body diagram. So if we draw a free body diagram, the diagram will look like this, where this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. As we can see, the normal force is in the direction of positive y-axis and the weight of the body is vertically downward, which is basically negative y-axis, and there is no force along the x-axis, and this is basically a free body diagram. Now let's write a total force acting on the body. So if we do that, we will write N minus mg is equal to 0 because N is acting in the positive y direction and weight mg is acting in the negative y direction, and if we add these two forces, that will be equal to 0 because there is no motion for the body, or I should say body is not moving. If we simplify further, we will write N is equal to mg. So basically the normal force is equal to the weight of the body, and this is how we will define normal force.